So first stop on my journey at Winter NAMM 2026 to find what's new in microphones is at the Neumann booth, where there's a really exciting reissue actually, the M50V. So 3 years ago, Neumann reintroduced the M49V, or reissued the M49V. They've decided now it's time to do the M50, and the difference between these two mics really comes down to the capsule. The capsule is a titanium small diaphragm pressure gradient capsule inside of an acrylic sphere, and that's what gives this microphone its unique characteristics. The characteristics are that it's omnidirectional, especially at lower frequencies, and as you go up in the frequency range, the frequency response becomes more directional. So this microphone was known for being a choice microphone for a deca-tree formation, which is what is above me right here. It's a small deca-tree, and it's also an excellent choice for stereo recording or even as a mono room mic. I'm really hoping that I can get my hands on one to do a longer form video and really put it through its paces. So make sure you subscribe and check the bell icon for notifications about upcoming videos. And in the meantime, let's go and find some other mics to check out. Now I'm at the Shure booth, where yesterday they just premiered the next evolution of the KSM mic line. There are 3 mics in this lineup. We've got the 32C, the 40C, and the 44MP. The 32C and the 44MP are kind of updates to the previous models, while the 40C is a totally new mic. Now, the C designation and the MP designation essentially tell you what the mic is capable of in terms of polar patterns. So the 32C and the 40C are cardioid-only microphones, while the 44MP is a multi-pattern condenser microphone. The 32C comes in 2 configurations. There's SM for shock mount or HM for hard mount. The 32C is a popular choice for live sound engineers, and partly because of its capsule design. This 3/4-inch capsule is embossed with thousands and thousands of little dents in there, which actually lowers the resonant frequency of the capsule. The capsule has a really big, robust low end, but it also has great rejection. So on the rear of the microphone, you're actually minus 37 dB at 180 degrees. So that's pretty astounding, which makes it a great choice for things like overheads and live sound. And now with the new body design, which is anodized aluminum, it's much more lightweight than the previous models. You can put this on a mic stand without having to use a sandbag or a counterweight. Next up, we're going to take a look at the KSM 44MP. This is a multi-pattern condenser with 3 polar patterns: cardioid, omnidirectional, and figure 8. And this microphone features a 1-inch dual diaphragm capsule that has extremely low self-noise, and it also has a pretty controlled proximity effect. It's voiced very neutrally, and it's a really good choice for vocals. Actually, all 3 of these mics are voiced very neutrally. Now let's talk about the 40C. This is a new mic, totally new mic. You can see it here with the new shock mount that has silicone bands. Unlike the previous KSM shock mounts, this is going to be more durable, not going to sag over time. It's also got a magnetic pop filter. Now this has a very similar diaphragm to the KSM 44MP, whereas the KSM 44MP is a dual diaphragm microphone. This is the single diaphragm variant of that capsule, and it also has extremely low self-noise and is voiced pretty neutrally for vocals, but it does have a little more proximity effect thanks to that single diaphragm. You know, vocalists might like to exploit that by being closer to the mic, backing further off the mic, and it also makes it a good choice for low-end heavy sources such as kick drums and bass cabs. There's a new case design for all of these KSM microphones. You can actually put the microphone in the case inside of the shock mount now. That's just a nice feature to have, makes things set up a little bit quicker. Shure's goal with this new evolution of the KSM lineup was to match the aesthetics of the microphone with the sound of the microphone. These microphones are very modern and transparent sounding, and now they also look modern as well. So let's go ahead and see what else we can find on the show floor. I'm at the Warm Audio booth, and you'll notice that my microphone has changed, and that is because I'm using the recently released Retro 64. This just came out, and visually it's kind of a tribute to a famous microphone that you probably will have seen if you've seen any concert footage from like the late 60s to early 70s. In terms of a sound profile, it features a custom-tuned capsule that is designed to have a little more upper mid-range clarity with a tapered top end. So that's going to help control any sibilance or high-frequency feedback in a live sound situation. Warm Audio's goal with this was to create a microphone with a sound signature that's going to feel familiar to live sound engineers. It's a dynamic mic that's going to excel on vocals, and I'm told that it also does sound good on snare drums and toms. And it comes with a nice hard case. Let's go and see what else we can find. Okay, so I'm here at the United Studio Technologies booth, and you'll see that my microphone has changed again. It's a little unorthodox, but I thought, well, you know what? My plug-in transmitter can provide phantom power, so let's give it a shot. This is the Vintage 87. This is their latest release. It came out a little while ago, but it is based on their Twin 87, which was released a couple of years ago. The Twin 87 is an interesting mic in that it has a lot of different settings and configurations of the way that you can get a modern sound or a vintage sound. However, a lot of people, the way that they prefer to use that mic is in the vintage mode set to cardioid, because that's a multi-pattern mic. This microphone here is cheaper than the Twin 87 because it is fixed cardioid, and it's also set with the vintage circuit. So that provides you with a smoother, more classic take on the 87 sound, unlike the options with the Twin 87 to get a modern sound too. And the vintage take on the 87 is very popular with a lot of people. So that's the United Studio Technologies Vintage 87. It comes with the shock mount, and I have to say that this microphone, it feels pretty hefty. It's kind of got a premium feel to it. So check it out. That's the United Studio Technologies Vintage 87. Let's go and see what else we can find. And to finish up my mic roundup here for Winter NAMM 2026, I stopped by the AKG booth to visit three new friends of mine, the C104, C114, and C151. If you are a fan of the B&H Pro Audio YouTube channel, you will know that I did a long-form video on these. I wrote a tune and recorded it using just these three microphones. And I gotta say that after hearing them and using them, they punch far above their weight when it comes to their price. We have the C114, which is a multi-pattern condenser mic. It has a 22mm gold sputtered diaphragm. You got the choice of cardioid, omni, or figure 8 polar patterns. Moving on to the C104, this has a nickel sputtered diaphragm. It's a cardioid only mic, but it does sound really good. And then there's the C151, which is a small diaphragm cardioid condenser. And like I said, these mics, they sound excellent. I'd encourage you to go and check out the longer form video that I did just profiling these microphones. If you want to hear some sound examples, you'll find that on the B&H Pro Audio YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Pro Audio focused content. Thanks for coming with me on this journey through the Winter NAMM 2026 show to find what's new in microphones, and I'll see you back in New York.